Optimum Nutrition's Whey Gold Standard versus MuscleTech's Premium Gold Whey. This is the most popular protein powder on the market, and this is the most popular bodybuilding supplement brand in the United States. So they're both pretty heavy hitters in the industry. So which one's best for you? Well, today I'm going to talk about the brands, I'm going to talk about the taste, nutrition, the ingredients, the price. Then I'm going to mention a few other pros and cons that are going to be important to you to help you figure out which is best for your individual needs. Now, if you want to see where these landed in my overall big roundup of the best whey protein powders on the market, just Google BarBend plus best whey. It'll pop right up. For now, let's take a look at these companies. Now, Optimum Nutrition's Gold Standard is pretty much what most people think of when they think of the words protein powder. It is ubiquitous, it is everywhere, it's sold in over 10,000 locations in the United States alone, and it's in dozens of countries worldwide. It's owned by Glanbia, which is this enormous cheese company, which is why they get so much inexpensive whey for them to work with. And look, based on most of the sales and the reviews and the sale numbers on most popular online stores, this is probably the most popular whey protein powder on the market. However, MuscleTech says that they are the #1 bodybuilding supplement brand in the United States. MuscleTech is owned by Iovate Health Sciences, which is based in Delaware. And they're, again, a really big hitter in the industry. They've got a bunch of different products sold under a bunch of different lines. There's like the Performance Series, the Pro Series, the Essential Series, the Lab Series. And most of those have their own whey protein powder. So it's a little bit tough to decide which one to compare it to. NitroTech is pretty well known. We've also got NitroTech Whey Gold right here. We decided to go with the Premium Gold 100% whey protein from the Pro Series. So these are both the chocolate flavors. What's the actual taste difference? So this is Optimum Nutrition, this is MuscleTech. Both flavors are called double rich chocolate, but they taste pretty different, I have to say. I'm gonna start with Optimum Nutrition for what is probably the biggest protein powder in the world. I was pretty underwhelmed by the flavor. It's called double rich, but honestly, it tastes a lot like a spoonful of cocoa mixed with water, you know? Like, it's bland, it's inoffensive, it's mild, like it's not a horrible experience to drink it. But again, for something that has artificial sweeteners and artificial flavors, I was expecting a bit more of an interesting flavor. Now, Optimum Nutrition does have about 10 different chocolate flavors if you count things like chocolate banana and white chocolate and things like that. So you do have plenty of other options, and you might prefer extreme milk chocolate. When it goes to double rich chocolate, I was a little underwhelmed. MuscleTech, on the other hand, this product, I'm gonna get into this a bit later on, but it has a lot more carbs and a lot more fat, which results in a product that is just a lot tastier. I'm a big fan of this particular flavor. Mixed with milk, it's great. And so is Optimum Nutrition, to be fair. I mean, mixing a protein powder with milk, it's usually pretty delicious. I consider the real test of a protein powder how it tastes with water. This tastes fantastic with water. It's mixed with very little water. It's about 6 ounces here for 1 scoop, which is what the directions suggest you do. And look, it tastes great. It tastes like a very, liquid milk chocolate sort of flavor. So I'm a big fan of this, and it definitely gives it some extra points over Optimum Nutrition, at least in the taste section. All right, we're just gonna stop the video really quick to let you know that you can win a gift card of $200 for Amazon.com. Every single month, BarBend gives away a gift card to one of our lucky subscribers on YouTube. So all you have to do is subscribe to this video and comment below, and you're in the draw. So get commenting, get subscribing, and let's get back to the video. So what's the actual difference with the nutrition labels? Well, they both have the same amount of protein per scoop, which is 24 grams, but there are a lot of other differences that are really worth highlighting here. In particular, MuscleTech has twice the carbs and twice the fat. It has twice the saturated fat, it has twice the cholesterol, twice the sugar, and 50% more sodium. So I'm not necessarily saying all those things are bad, but there is definitely an argument to be made that Optimum Nutrition is a cleaner protein powder in that you get more protein per calorie, and it has less of all these other ingredients that some people find objectionable. Now, to be fair, MuscleTech does have more iron and more calcium, so it's a tiny bit more nutritious in that regard. But for most people, Optimum Nutrition is gonna win out there. So what about the ingredients? Well, each product is a mixture of 3 different types of whey: whey concentrate, whey isolate, and whey hydrolysate, also called whey peptides, also called hydrolyzed whey. I'm gonna start with Optimum Nutrition's. So the ingredients go like this: whey isolate, whey concentrate, and whey peptides. Then you got some natural and artificial flavors. There's some soy lecithin in here as well, which helps with like mixability. There's some acesulfame potassium, that's an artificial sweetener. And there's a blend of digestive enzymes, aminogen and lactase as well. I'm gonna talk about what that means a bit later on, but that's the pretty short ingredients list on Gold Standard. MuscleTech, on the other hand, has a bit of a different approach with the way it arranges its ingredients. And by that I mean the first ingredient is a blend of whey hydrolysate and whey isolate. Then the next ingredient is whey concentrate, which is the cheapest and least processed form of whey. So when you look at that, you might think that whey hydrolysis, which is the most expensive form of whey, is the first ingredient. But because it's a blend first and then there's whey concentrate, you don't really know. There's a good chance there's more concentrate than hydrolysis here. We don't really know that. Anyway, after that, you have got the soy lecithin as well, which helps with mixability, as I mentioned. Natural and artificial flavors. There's a blend of gums here as well. There's cellulose and xanthan and carrageenan. They help with like thickening and stabilizing the product. Then there's some salts, some sucralose, which is an artificial sweetener, also called Splenda, and some acesulfame potassium. So both of these products have a few similarities. They both have a blend of 3 types of whey. They both contain soy. They both contain artificial sweeteners. However, premium gold whey protein from MuscleTech, it also has the 3 types of gum, which some people have difficulty digesting. Not everyone, it's a pretty small minority, but it is worth pointing out. It also has another artificial sweetener, so there are 2 types of artificial sweeteners in here, and perhaps most importantly for some people, it does not contain digestive enzymes. So the enzymes in Gold Standard here, it's aminogen, which is a blend of proteases, and it's lactase, which helps to, for some people, it helps them to digest lactose a bit more easily because both these products contain a little bit of lactose. The aminogen as well in Gold Standard, there have been some studies that suggest it helps with protein uptake, like as measured by amino acids in the blood after consuming it. It's debatable. Some people think that it doesn't really do anything for your protein uptake, but there is nonetheless some evidence to suggest that you might have a better time digesting and absorbing a protein with some enzymes. So that is worth pointing out. So obviously a pretty important question when comparing 2 different brands is what's the difference with the price? Which one's cheaper? So Optimum Nutrition, this is the kind of default 2-pound tub. It costs between $25 and $35 online, so we'll say $30. It's got about 30 servings, 29 servings, so it comes to roughly $1 per scoop, or like between 4 and 4.5 cents per gram of protein. The price can always change, of course, and there are lots of different outlets that have different prices, but that's roughly what you're looking at, 4 to 4.5 cents per gram of protein. MuscleTech, on the other hand, it's a little bit harder to pin down because the default size is also 2 pounds. But usually when I see it, they've given you an extra 25% for free. This is 2.5 pounds, or there's a 2.2 pound tub going out there. So it's a bit sort of hard to figure out. But the price you're looking at for a 2.2 pound tub, which I think is like a fair average to work with, the cost there is going to be between $18 and $26 or so. So you're looking at roughly 75 cents per scoop, or a little bit over 3 cents per gram of protein. It's like 3.1-ish cents per gram of protein. Again, depends where you buy it. That's the average. So between the 2 of them, yeah, I mean, premium gold whey protein from MuscleTech, it does indeed have more carbs, more fat, more artificial sweeteners, all the other kind of stuff that some people don't like, but it's definitely the cheaper of the 2. All right, so which of these protein powders is best for you? Well, I'm just gonna run through the pros and cons of each brand so you can make a decision for yourself. Optimum Nutrition, we'll start with this one. It has more protein per calorie, and it has a lot less saturated fat, less cholesterol, less sodium, less sugar. So all of that is going to make it more useful for some people, depending on your own goals. It also has just 1 artificial sweetener. It does not contain any gum either. And it's got these digestive enzymes as well, which could make it a bit easier for some people to digest, potentially. MuscleTech, on the other hand, I mean, it is cheaper. It's quite a bit cheaper, actually. That's definitely going to be the biggest selling point for a lot of people. It also tastes a lot better, in my opinion. And let's be honest, for most people, they want to know what costs less and what tastes best. So I can see MuscleTech winning out for a lot of people. On the other hand, it has all the extra carbs, extra fat, extra cholesterol, extra sodium, extra saturated fat. It has a little bit more iron and calcium, again, but yeah, nonetheless, it's not quite as much protein per calorie as Optimum Nutrition. This also has the 2 artificial sweeteners. It has those gums, and it does not contain any enzymes. But look, for most people, they're not really going to worry that much about the fact that this has 2 more grams of carbohydrates and 1 more gram of fat per serving. And again, it's cheaper and it's tastier. So it really depends on what your own goals are and what your own priorities are. All right, those are my thoughts on Optimum Nutrition's Gold Standard versus MuscleTech's Premium Gold Whey Protein. Again, if you want to see where these landed in my full roundup of the best whey protein powders on the market, just make sure you Google BarBend plus best whey protein.